Hello, welcome to Peter's Mobile Web. Now, in this episode, it's more on how digital is growing in more and more industries. Now, there's many industries that have grown and will continue growing, like public transport is one, banking, factory work, and many retail is and will be more in the digital world. So it just comes back to the issue and the words politicians use, quote, jobs and growth. Now, many politicians in 2017 keep on saying and saying those words, but it's easy to see how so many industries, as I just said, that are growing more in the digital age. Now, one industry, as I just verified, banking. Now, banking is more getting into less and less using plastic cards in the future, meaning like today, you can use your smartphone in regards to paying for things or even withdraw money from the ATM with the smartphone. Now, that's just one industry, but obviously more industries like factory work, many factories are definitely changing more in the digital age, and so less employees needed. But get to the point, it's just time where when our politicians around the world, of course, are going to start saying this. Sure, they can keep saying these promises, but when are the promises effective? When do they actually come true? Well, in this day and age, not many promises do come. But looking at what's happening around the world, now the major parties, many major parties in many countries now, are losing. Yeah, they're losing the grip in how things are changing, as I said, in the digital world. We're not in the 1980s, 1970s anymore, which too many politicians of today are still in. Well, it looks like they are, because the way many of the main political parties they're not changing, I should say. I rephrase, they're not changing, unfortunately. They should, because with the digital age coming. Now, getting to like Facebook, Twitter, and other avenues of using your smartphone, of communication, of course, is growing, of course, and over the next 10 years, it's going to grow more and more in that field, meaning like Facebook, Twitter, and obviously there'll be other avenues too in the coming 10 years. So with this being used more, well, it's pure that this is the way more industries are going to go as well. And unfortunately, political minds, well, I don't know what world they're in, but they're not quite in that digital world yet. Now, it would be great if more companies start now in seeing how there's more skilled digital people out there who producing like their own website. That's just one example. Yeah, they're producing their own website and at least starting in this new era of digital, which is great. Now, with people who are really getting their skills in this digital world, like as I said, producing their own website, well, it would be fantastic if more companies notice this and come more and more to these digital skilled people out there, which is going to grow and grow more over the next 10 years. Now, it's easy to see one industry also, I should mention, is the media networks. Now, easy to see how media networks are definitely following suit, going digital, of course, meaning watching TV, for example, on your smartphone, whichever TV network, of course, but they're watching it on a smartphone, which is going digital. Now, of course, I'm not saying the commentators that work on the TV networks, well, I think their job is safe. But the point is that you can easily see media networks have gone and further in the next 10 years be more digital. But as I was saying earlier, retail is slowly, but it will be more and more in the digital area. So this is where, like delivering, buying on the internet and getting things delivered, that will be more appropriate and will happen more and more in the future. But still, when you go into the shop to buy, well, I'll guarantee that retail shops will be changing more, meaning with the smartphone, of course, sticking to the smartphone, because the smartphone the next 10 years will have much more features. Like, as I said, the shop you go into to buy clothes or whatever it is, well, I'll guarantee that the smartphone over the next 10 years will have a feature where the shop has an app, right? And then what you do is you can order on the app from that shop and easily walk into the shop and it's there. Oh yeah, that's one part of digital change which will happen over the next 10 or definitely 20 years in the smartphones. But that's, which is great for consumers in many ways, of course, but comes back to the question of jobs. Now, looking at how things are changing in many facets, like many countries are already going in digital form. Like I've noticed, for example, Europe and UK. Europe and UK have really going towards the digital age, meaning more people, yes, are getting into it, producing their own websites or helping a group, for example, producing their own website and so forth. It's great to see other countries going forward and getting into this next future digital age. Now, unfortunately, with and also with fast trains. Fast trains are growing more and more in like UK, Europe, for example, which is great services and everything. But unfortunately, one country, which is Australia, no, they're not growing much in the fast train age. No. So it comes back to the digital age. No, unfortunately, Australia isn't growing too fast in that age either. Because it's the Australian government, yes, nothing new. They're always promising, but nothing comes true, of course, which is nothing new. But as I said, it's getting more and more where you can see more people are getting into producing their own website. It's great that they use Facebook or Twitter because that's the only marketing tool which more people use, which is great, of course, when they do their own website and marketing on Facebook, Twitter. No, that's great. But it'd be great to see more people who really want to get out there and create their own website and whatever they do with it, of course, in producing, which is terrific. So then more companies will eventually, they'll see how the skills will be more so people working for themselves, is going to be more the future too. So then companies will have to come to the digital skilled people who are working solo. But like I said, it's easy to see which countries are going further digital. Companies, more importantly, companies going digital, I should say. So it'd be great if politicians, if they want to say jobs and growth, but more importantly, tell the voters how more companies are changing digital. But politicians have got to start saying these words, which are true, where more companies are changing digital. They've got to start saying all that. Not just give the 3 words, jobs and growth. 3 words, jobs and growth. And that's all they say. But they're not telling voters on how companies are changing. But unfortunately, no, it'd be amazing if politicians do change in the future. But anyway, with the future, I hope that, it'd be great if more people get into producing their own website, as I said. And at petersmobileweb.com, I shall continue putting as many more things on my website. And naturally, there is a visitors page, which you're all welcome to leave comments on there about the digital age. By all means, you can do that if you want. And on the visitors page on petersmobileweb.com, and leave any comment there, and I'll be happy to reply if you would like. And but anyone can reply, of course, by all means, on the visitors network page at petersmobileweb.com. Anyway, look, that's it for this episode. And until next time, bye for now.
Hello, welcome to Peter's Mobile Web with lots of digital news podcasts. Anyone can leave their comments on our visitors page. Advertising made easy. Just click the contact page. You'll find plenty of posts on many topics. Visitors can leave comments to any post.